Smart Networker. It is Monday, the 23rd of October. Boy, we're just flying like a rocket. Pretty soon there'll be Halloween and have ghosts and goblins running around, and lots of fun. So today's topic is, I'm going to share my screen with you. Where it's a continuation of what we've been talking about over the last 2 weeks. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, we had the Smart Networker on the terms of our business. There we go. So how the business works. We had the terms of our business, and then last week we did the compensation plan, and this week we are going to do this. It's a strategy. It's a building strategy. So here we go. How the business works, a building strategy. Starts off with, what do you want? And this is really important. What needs to be done to get that? So when you know what you want and you have an understanding of what needs to be done to get that, so you can start to formulate more ideas. What does that look like? In other words, it's like, you want to build a house and you go to an architect and he draws plans and creates a picture. So you want to see a picture of your business, because that's really how that really helps. What are the activities? In other words, what do we do on a regular basis that creates results? How does it all work? This is an important aspect of understanding this. And then a basic strategy of building the business, silvers building silvers. Now, it starts off here with, what do you want? And this determines what area of the Niken business you really need to engage in order to get the prize that you're after. Now, in the previous Smart Networker Zoom on the compensation plan, you saw the 3 activity areas. 1, developing the customer base. 2, recruiting distributors. And 3, helping the distributors that you recruit become or develop into leadership. And these are the people that are usually fairly serious and want a bigger long-term proposition. And they're the key to your future success. So a quick review, the activities of the business as a distributor. And there are 3 major activities to understand, plus the compensation for each. Number 1 was the development of a customer base. Here you earn a 20% commission, plus the rebates on those sales of anywhere from 5 to 20% of the CV, commissionable volume, and plus any special incentives. Okay, pretty straightforward, simple. Number 2 was recruiting other distributors. And here you can earn overrides of anywhere from 5 to 20% of, and plus the special incentives, which we'll talk about. And then the third aspect is helping build those people that are serious. Now, this is where this gets exciting, because you can help serious business builders develop a structure in a business that actually goes down 6 generations below you that you can earn on. And you saw that last week in the compensation plan program, but we'll do a little bit more on that today. Now, my research showed me that 97% of those who join direct sales companies like ours come through people they know that are already involved. And this is what we call the warm market. So this is really an important aspect, because this isn't this is where I love this part of it. 97%. So only 3% come from unknown areas like social media, advertising, what have you. The majority, 97%, come from people you know. Therefore, small and large organizations come about primarily through personal or warm market contacts. And so this is the beginning of this simple strategy. Your business will be developed based on a combination of the 3 main activities: customers, distributors, and serious long-term business builders. So let's take a look at the future. Now, this first part, what does what you want look like in terms of structure based on a combination of the business activities: customers, distributors, and serious builders, leaders? You first want to refer to the previous Smart Networker video on the compensation plan so that you can see the various income strategies that are available. And when you compare that to your lists, your prospects, the people that you want to communicate with, then decision of what needs to be done becomes a lot easier. Now, next is learning what to say in order to approach them. Now, this was a huge aha, it's all about communication. So you have to develop a number of different approaches. Also, you want to look at a long-term goal that is desired, needed, and wanted. And this must be important. I mean, if it's not important, then you're not going to rally around the flagpole to get it done. So it's something you really, 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 really want to accomplish. Otherwise, it's not going to work very well because the wind's going to come along and blow you away very easily. Now, I'm going to use my budget of 8,000 when I started as an example. And you'll be able to see how the business works, which will give you the understanding you need to get what you want. In today's business, 8,000 in monthly income is going to come primarily from the sales volume of a large organization. And if you're just starting, it's going to take some time to build the required components. Now, I've got down here 15 months as estimated time, and you're going to see a chart that'll show this, but this is just approximate, and it's not a guarantee or an exactness. It's just to give you some idea. This is a training program. You will earn along the way, but more business. It starts at nothing, and the idea is to make it grow and expand. So if we look at a company like Apple, or we look at any company out there that started at zero and where they are today, that's the goal. That's what we're trying to accomplish. This is important to understand, and this will create the importance and value of what you do and its relationship to what you get. And then more importantly, what this can do for you, both short-term and long-term. Yes, it is worth the effort. Now, the following chart is the strategy of silvers making silvers. And with the right focus and intention, building a structure that creates this kind of activity and results. The potential here is based on a rate of 6% on the estimated CV only, with no retail or any other incentive or bonus income. So this is strictly on the CV volume for the development of what we're going to look at. So you can see on the left column, you got production month anywhere from month 1 to month 15. You have a target volume. Then you have the current number of leaders in your group, including yourself. And then you have the new leaders that will be developed, the volume that the new leaders create, the qualifying volume that's required for those that are building in the structure, the number of people that will qualify for that area, other volume that may come about from doing activity, and then the total volume, the rank that will be achieved for the activity, and then you'll see this last column, the potential. Sure. All right. Now, in this particular picture, based on that, the diamond was the target rank to reach that $8,000 amount. Number of leaders, approximately 110. So this is what's important. This is our technology of structure. So at level 1, you sponsor 3 serious distributors over a period of time. I don't care what time it is. That's up to you and how fast you want to get that going. But you can see you got level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. I haven't got to level 6, but believe you me, there will be people down there. Now, the strategy is really simple. You get 3 serious distributors, and you plus the customers and part-time distributors, and then you help them get 3 each. That's it. You get 3 and help them get 3. So at the end of that process, on your second level, and up to your second level, you've got 3 on the first, 9 on the second, a total of 12. And the balance for your 110 is 98. Now, what happens below the second level is the third level. So it's the second level is developing the third level. So those 9 plus the 3 on the top are going to create, the 20 on the third level. And that's going to give you a total of 32, a balance of 78. And then those guys, the 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3, are going to create level 4. And so you can start to see how this happens. It's not you having to do everything. It's just a simple process of a person coming in. They like what they're doing. They develop their 3 silvers. They develop their organization. Now, if you build this down to the 5th level, you've got your 110 people. You're a diamond. That's what you get paid to. And then go back to the structure, which we'll see again, and I'll show you month by month. So the strategy is build to silver. So if you are showing a new person, or if you are a new person looking at this, the first and foremost part of this is you got to get to silver. I'm going to show you some strategies to do that. And every serious person that comes in does the same thing. And it's built mostly with warm market. I mean, again, that's how it works. The easiest, the simplest is people who want, because not everybody's is satisfied with what they're doing. So you start with yourself, and then you follow the chart step by step. It is important to really understand the true value of your products and benefits that everyone needs. Our marketplace is limitless. And this is the wonderful thing. I think we have 159 million households in the United States. Every one of them needs a waterfall. Every one of them needs a good sleep system. Everyone needs an energy pack. I mean, just everybody needs what we've got. So it's this will go on forever and ever and ever. Now, the strategy has been discussed, is to build to silver and get there as quickly as possible. Here are some ideas. So get the products that you want for your personal benefit, plus any that will help you demonstrate and build your business, such as a water pack, an energy pack, a sleep pack. I know many people that have bought all three packs. I mean, when I started, it was, got to get products. This is how this business works. If you look at, you're going to buy a McDonald's franchise, you get the whole ball of wax. You spend $1 million or whatever it is today to get the building and all of the stuff that goes with it. So if you're going to be a distributor, you want to be equipped. You want to get your nutrition pack for yourself, and because that's what you want to do. Now you can also do one or more powerhouses, which you learned about in the last week. And don't forget the accelerator incentive for recruiting distributors. The key is to name out what you need in terms of volume and people, and then with your sponsor or mentor, plan out the activities that will help you get this done and learn how you're going to approach them. So you're not walking into this blindly. This isn't just, throw a bunch of stuff on the wall. This is a plan. So you got to create 6,000 in volume. You saw last week with the variety of products that we have, how that can be put together. And I'm going to give you some ideas moving forward here as well. And then you've got the list of people that you want to approach, and then you start to approach them, and the rest takes care of itself. So in the policies and procedures in your back office, you will find the company compensation plan printed off, so that you have an easy reference to the details on what needs to be done for each rank, not just this one, but here's the actual text for silver from that area. So silver consultant rank advancement, achieve 100 personal point volume and 6,000 personal group point volume in 1 month. Achieve an organizational point volume of at least 1,000 outside of the primary leg, and at least 500 of the minimum OPV requirement being met by legs outside the primary and secondary legs. So when I first heard that, I said, okay, 3. Let's have 3, and let's not worry about anything else. You and your personal sales, that could be 1. You have a main leg, or you have a secondary leg, and you could do it that way. But really understand, draw it out, put it on a piece of paper, see what it is, so that you have a great understanding of what needs to be done. The monthly qualification requirements: achieve 100 PPV, maintain the personal group volume of 1,500, and then here are the benefits. Now, on that PGPV, the 1,500, that's the part-time guys that are going to provide that for you. So you're going to be constantly out there looking and getting people involved. And, from the standpoint of involvement, some will want to be a distributor, some will be a customer, and some will be serious. The mix I'm not sure about, but that's what we do. And the ones that are the part-time guys and gals, they're going to be the ones that create this PGPV every month for you, and plus the new people that you add. So they're very, very important. Now, the benefits: get a 20% retail profit on customer sales, and when sold at the suggested retail prices, you get a 20% personal CV rebate on those sales. You get up to 20% personal group override when you on your part-time guys. And then you get the 6% leadership bonus on personal group CV down through 2 generations of qualified silver or above below you. So that's your plan. You want to know that. You want to draw it out. You want to really see and understand how that works, because this is the simplicity of this game. The key to going silver is that you need at least a second leg, other than, another sponsor distributor outside the primary, and then personally sponsored distributor, and then you need to have volume outside those two. Therefore, understanding this will help you build and develop your business easily. Next is the ongoing monthly volume required to be qualified. This too needs to be understood. Now, it's here that the customer and part-time distributors play a huge role and do all the heavy lifting and generate the needed volume to make sure that you are qualified, so that you can pay attention and work where you need to work in depth with the serious business builders. Next is going to be a picture that you might like to look at. All right, so here's a picture of a structure. And that would help you get to silver and the base for building into the future. So you got your customers, you got your part-time guys, and then you got your serious person. So you have 5 customers, 3 part-time distributors, probably wholesale customers, and 1 serious distributor. So you understand both the qualifying to reach silver and the monthly qualifying to get paid. I'm going to add specific numbers on the next 2 slides. So the volume to become a qualified silver, you need the 6,000 points. So let's say you sell a waterfall for $468 and you generate 460 ppv. And let's say you have a customer that buys a grounding pad. That's the 185 ppv. Now you sponsor 4 people: a serious business builder, somebody that really wants to go, and 3 part-timers. So you can see the serious guy, he does the 3,000, and that's probably going to have a similar structure to what this picture looks like. The first PT part-time person, they bought a sleep system, queen size, $10.99. They got it at wholesale price. And then you got the next person bought, I think this is an energy pack, and the third person bought a water pack. So just by utilizing the product mixes that we have and the volume requirements, you add this all up, you generated 6,100 points. And you've qualified for silver based on what the program offers. So there's a picture, there's an example. And what have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transactions, 5 people out of your list. Most people have a list of 300 to 400 people. So this is why I'm saying it's mostly going to be warm market. Okay, so that's number 1. Now, the monthly qualifying part is this. You need that 100 ppv plus the 1,500 pgpv every month. But based on the strategy, in this particular example, your job is to take your serious business builder once you've gone silver and help them go silver. And that's where you're going to get the majority. That 6,000 points down there is going to be your PGPV. And then you've got, maybe you had a couple of customers, maybe your existing part-time guys do something, but you get the idea here of where it could come from. And rather than, well, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? Now you get to see it. You get to see where to focus. So with the 1 customer, you could add a couple more. And with the 3 part-time distributors, probably wholesale customers, they may want more products, or you can sell in the next part of their wellness home, or you can sponsor another distributor, who knows? But with a bit of intention and planning, something can happen towards this. The main focus here is to build this serious distributor to silver, and then you would qualify for the month with your 100 ppv, and there's 6,000 points. So you've got a picture of that now. So now let's take that sheet that we first looked at, and as you saw in the previous slide, the objective is, once you go silver in month 2, is to help your serious business builder get to silver, just as the chart shows. So it's the main strategy. You want to keep your focus on pushing this down in the structure. So one of the things I saw early on, I'm just going to interject this, I think I've said this before, the key is seeing stuff below you. So if you come into the business and nothing's going on underneath you, it's discouraging. If you get into the business and you see activity below you, it's encouraging. It's really important. So you want to keep your focus on pushing this down and helping build this team. You still have a need to build 2 more serious business builders, so you may want to either develop from those you already signed up or sponsor somebody else. Keep referring to your big picture. You want at least 3 frontline serious business builders. You might want more. That's up to you to generate the end result you're after. Now, based on the chart needing 110 total leaders, then 3 teams would each have 37. So again, it's you break it down. So you got 3 leaders each with 37. So then you break those down, and it's comes down to everybody wants 1, 2, or 3. It's important to make sure your first serious builders gets moving forward, as you will see in the 3rd month. Building under him will be the objective. So you will also learn that nothing is set in stone. Things change, so be flexible. And if something doesn't work, then look at what needs to be done to fix it. So sometimes you sponsor somebody, you think they're the hottest thing since sliced toast, and then a month later they're cold, dead, no more. So you got to keep your, just understand anything can happen. And if it can't be fixed, then you need a new strategy and possibly a new plan. So here's the idea. So help build your front line. So we took this is the customer, you got that guy that was silver. Now help him create the silver. You see, keep getting it going here, because this silver here is, you want to help here because this is going to lock this guy into the future. These guys are probably wholesale buyers. He's going to have customers. He's going to have the same look. But what you want to do in this area is look here, who's next to go to the next level of silver. So that's the idea. Okay. So now we get into month 3. After month 2, there are now 2 of you at the silver rank. Okay. So the next move is to get under that and create the next silver on your 2nd level. So this supports your frontline silver, and it starts to create strength in this leg. Remember that the key benefit for silver, aside from maximizing the rebate and override benefits, is getting paid on silver's production 2 generations below you. So as you're creating the 2nd level silver, start looking for your next serious business builder. And again, I remember a couple that I sponsored, Ralph and Jerry, and when she sponsored 3 people over 3 weeks, and it was the first week her first person came in, and then I started talking to her, and by the 2nd week we were developing people underneath her because I saw her going silver as well. So it's just you want to keep your eyes open, and you'll hear the signs. You'll see what's going to happen. People, when they say they're serious, they're serious. So don't ignore that. Take advantage of it. Now, notice also that you will need to qualify with the 100 PPV and 1500 personal group point volume, another reason for having customers and part-time distributors. And this principle also applies to your frontline as well. Now your organization is starting to grow. So you started off with 0, now you have 3 leaders, and so help build your 2nd line. So again, you saw this picture, but again, this is you went to silver, then you help this guy go to silver, now help him get a silver. And your group is starting to grow. And then look here for your next serious builder, and look down here for their next serious builder. That's your eye is all. And then when this person starts bringing in people, you're going to look there as well. Okay. Now in month 4, the objective would be to create 2 new silvers. Okay. Because you've got 3 of you. So the 3 of you, 2 of them have to be building. You could build another one. So the target is to go create 2 new silvers and generate the 15,000 points and go gold. So by the time you got to gold, you've then got 5 silvers in your organization, and you're more than likely down to your 3rd generation. And now you're getting the benefit of what gold gets to get paid to the 3rd level. You would help your 2nd serious business builder go silver, and then your team would also create a new silver. So you can see that at least 1 person would need to qualify, and an additional 1,500 points would need to be created to get the job done. And this is possibly a new executive somewhere, but the end result is you're now 5 silver strong, and this thing starts to get interesting. You now have 2 frontline silvers. You've reached gold. You have a silver on your 3rd level below you. So we're really starting to get the form of what this is supposed to be and what it's supposed to do and the structure and the technology. And again, here's what it looks like. So here you are at the top. You had your first silver you got going, then you helped him build a silver. Now down, this is where you're going because you got these 2 guys want to build this. So you got help here. And then, maybe you find a new part-time person and you get your 1,500 PGPV and you got 6,000 here with a new silver that you've helped create, develop your 2nd level. So you got 6, at 6 is 12,000. He does 1,515 is there's your 15,000 points. There's gold. So, and you've got silvers on your 3rd level. So you get the idea of the direction and the focus and the understanding and the intention and the desire and the commitment. It's all starting to make sense here. Now, month 5 continues with the same strategy. And the 5 of you move forward and create 2 new silvers. And where those 2 are depends on the planning and the activities that the team gets involved with. And it's going to depend on where things sit at that time in month 4. But part of your job when you're building is to always keep your eyes open for who's next. And it could be anyone. And who's the next person to build the silver. This is the whole idea of this strategy. At the end of the 5th month, you should have 7 leaders strong. And this is really getting interesting. And there's lots of activities that one should be able to see more of what the future holds. Now, part of your job when you're building is to always keep your eyes open to who's next in anyone's organization. Who's the next person to build the silver? This is the whole idea of this strategy. On the next slide is an example of this where a part-time distributor sponsors a distributor who then sponsors a distributor. And this goes down 4 levels below, and it is that person that wants to go silver. Now, I found this to happen many times in my business. This is what you always want to explore. So somebody comes in, okay, they're not, who do you know? Then you help, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? And then you sign them up when you find the person that really wants to go. Sooner or later, someone will want to play and go silver. Check out the picture on this next slide. So that's this phenomenon here. So here you are, you sponsored that first silver, they sponsored silver, they created a new silver. Now you have a part-time distributor and they show some interest. So you take that and you find somebody underneath them and you find somebody underneath them and you find somebody underneath them. And finally, you run into a person that's serious. They want to go silver. I mean, that's just part of your process, your communication, your understanding, and what period of time this happens over doesn't matter. It's the idea of it that matters. And so if you don't ask and you don't look, you'll never find. That's the bottom line here. So there's the picture of that. Now let's get to month 6. You now should completely understand that this business takes time because each person needs time to get going and to get the results and plus build the silver. So that's the issue with time. It's what, your time is your time. Somebody else's time is their time. So you have to incorporate that into your thinking and planning. If you divide and conquer, it goes much faster. That's why you want to build this team and build that depth. And however, it gets easier as the team develops. Now, at this stage, month 6, your team should be creating its first gold or maybe even a second. You should easily go platinum in this month and reach that 30,000 points. But you'll reach 30,000 points, have 11 leaders in your organization, and check out the potential that's there, okay? It's simply put it on paper so that you can see and focus on the job of each person, create silvers, and then goes gold, and then goes platinum and beyond. Your team has grown to 11 silvers and should be at least 4 levels deep in one leg, and it may be time to find your 3rd serious business builder. So all of the strategies will be based on what presents itself, what's happening as a result of what you do, and then you take advantage of it. So here's month 7. Now you got 11 existing leaders, then you create 5 new ones. And, it just keeps going. So here's month 8. So 7 new leaders, a total of 23 leaders in your group. So you can see how it grows. It's not growing leaps and bounds. It's a percentage of, and I've looked at it anywhere from 20 to 40% activity. Here's month 9. So in month 9, you're at 77,000. You've got 33 leaders in your group. The number that need to qualify to get their check is 10. So that's good. That's improving. And look at the potential. So now you're getting some real energy and momentum generated. The strategy remains the same for your team members, and your role starts to change. You should have your 3 teams headed up by the serious business builders. So now the idea is to get them to the same place as you. And if you don't, then just keep working at it till you do. Then simply keep pushing the strategy down your organization. Here's month 10. 14 new silvers, a total of 47 leaders in your group. You should now see that the most volume being generated is coming from the creation of new silvers. So this was a really an important concept. It was the new silvers that were creating the volume. And if you did that consistently, then those that needed to qualify, which became the title of my first book, Vested Interest, then they would have to qualify. That's truly your ongoing long-term income that's coming from that group plus the building. And you will also notice the number of qualifying keeps increasing. So this number keeps increasing. Then, so anyway, that's an important piece of information. Now, let's jump forward to month 15, 38 new silvers, a total of 149 leaders, 38 leaders that need to qualify, diamond, and about 1 month away from Royal Diamond. So where did it start? Okay, it started at 0. Where did it end up? It ended up at this level. How did it get there? Creating silvers. So based on our history and track record, our best times were created when we created silvers who made silver. So know what is needed to get to silver and teach that. Help those you sponsor who want to really make this work get to silver. Push your organization deep. Keep your map in constant view. Follow the steps in the compensation plan. Learn all the activities that will help you communicate more effectively. Push like mad so that you get to a point where there's enough members in your team that keep pushing it forward and also need to qualify. Enjoy the ride. So again, just a review. Here is the steps, the stair steps of our plan. Step 1, direct. Step 2, senior. Step 3, executive. At step 4 is the breakaway, and it goes silver, gold, platinum, diamond, royal diamond. You can see that the qualifying points start at 0 and work their way up. The retail percentage is the same. The rebate that one can earn or get for their customers, and then the override one can get for the development of those part-time guys, and then the leadership bonuses. And it's for silver, it's 2 levels, gold 3. So the real benefit here is down here, you know, on your step 7 and step 8, and you could probably include the platinum level. It's the number of levels below you that you get paid on. So if you develop them, it'll show up. If you don't develop, it won't. And that was a simple realization I had. The 3 activity areas: developing your customer base. So again, a quick review: 20% commission on customer purchases, personal rebates on customers and your own purchases. If you're a senior and do 500 points, you get a 5% CV benefit moving forward. If you're an executive doing 15 and have done 1,500 points, you get a 10% CV benefit moving forward. And if you become a leader, silver to royal, once you've done that 6,000 points, you earn a 20% CV rebate on your customer area and personal purchases. Now, the powerhouse bonus, which is really an interesting way, is a great way for a new person to develop customers and start people on their wellness home. And you know the routine on that. You get the $60 bonus. If you complete a powerhouse, you'll get an additional $120 bonus. And the sponsor, either you being a sponsor or somebody above you, they get an extra $200 for doing this. This is a really nice incentive and can put some nice cash in your pocket. So that was number 1. The 2 area of building the business is recruiting the distributors. Now I put here full and part-time. The full is going to be the 3rd area, but the part-time people are really, what I've observed, are wholesale buyers. So they see quickly that they can become a distributor, buy the product at the wholesale price. And so your main focus here is the volume and the override. So the higher you get up to silver, once you get silver, then you get up to 20% on these folks. And if depending on if they're a direct senior executive will depend on what you earn. And we discussed that last week in the compensation plan. Make sure you understand how that works. And then, of course, the third is the development of leaders. And again, we just saw this program. So this is where the big dollars are, helping people become silver, then gold, then platinum, diamond, and royal diamond. So if you helped one person become a royal diamond, they were doing 300,000 volume. Okay, so you got to figure out how you get paid on that because that's what it's all about. Okay. In conclusion, you have many choices with Nikon on how to use the plan, what strategy you employ. All of the three activities open up different benefits and different results. The key is really knowing what you want, knowing how it works, have a general idea, then it's really easy to figure out where to start and what to head for. And when I started, I had no idea where this would end up, but it became a lifelong endeavor and a wonderful time was had. Remember to check on the other two videos, how the business works, terms, and then last week's the compensation plan video to set up this video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Smart Networker.